We now felt that the biggest aspect, which is transport, we want to come in. And this is not the first time the club is making this attempt. There were people who made an attempt to buy a bus for the club. People contributed money. We generated the list. It's there with the coordinator. After here, you can view it. 411 people contributed. They contributed 15 million Ugandan shillings. Unfortunately, some people put a lot of pressure on the management for refund when the management didn't buy the bus. But this is common knowledge. 15 million, you can't even go and attempt to ask for price of a bus. Unless a bus made out of Onduparaka thing there, that thing you can ask. Sogam thing you can ask. It's a bus you can ask with 15 million. But you can't ask for a Isuzu, Scania, etc. bus with 15 million. It cannot even buy a Toyota Wish. For the last 1 week, we have been having meetings with the club chairman and the directors. We investigated where the 15 million is. We were able to find out the 15 million. And we also have 10 million from MTN. Then the club chairman and the director also contributed 5 million, making a total of 30 million to kickstart this project. So we already have 30 million in place. Members, on that note, we got energy to now move ahead. We did collect invoices. We moved around to car bonds. We found a modest, good minibus. We are not going for a big bus now. We want to. You have seen many of the teams that come here are using minibuses. Why can't we start with a minibus? So we have gone ahead to find out how much a minibus costs. We realize a good minibus is between 180 million to 200. This is foreign used, not brand new. I want to make that clear. However, we realized when it comes, the chairs are not comfortable. We'll have to work on the chairs, put charging system for our players, put a modest TV for our players, because they travel long distance so they can travel comfortably. We decided to have estimated project cost of 250 million. And that is what we are here for today, to launch a 250 million Costa project for Onduparaka Football Club. Out of that, I already mentioned we have 30 million, and that means our gap is 220 million. I also want to make it clear that this is 100% in the hands of funds leadership. Currently, we're waiting by end of today, or even it is already ready. We're waiting for account number from DFCU Bank, where all these funds will be sitting. We will share with the funds update of collections on weekly basis, how much we have collected on weekly basis. We have given ourselves a very short time to raise this money. Why have we given ourselves a short time? We are sure from the technical analysis, if a team has 50 points, the chances are high to qualify. And we put the players and the technical team to task that they must close half season with 25 points. But we have been fighting with them. You can really see they're almost there. We are at 22 and we have one game. If we win the game on Sunday, they will close with 25 points. It means they will have achieved their target. Now, next half season, we want to get the 25 points, so that we qualify, not like cruising on your belly. You know, when you fail in school, they say he cruised on the belly. We want to fly to Premier League. Now, as the boys are doing their best to get the 50 points to go to UPL, We are appealing to funds, that as funds, why can't we deliver these people to UPL in our own van, in our own coaster, a well-branded coaster, as they go to Uganda Premier League? The Uganda Premier League is likely going to start in September. That's why we have given 7 months. By end of July, the coaster should be standby. August, we'll use it to refurbishment, painting, branding, working on the chairs, and so on. The time they are going to UPL, the coaster should be standby. That is our cry. That's our effort. Therefore, the team you see here is a team no sleep between now and July. How do we intend to raise this 220 million now that we have 30 million? What are the strategies? Number one, we intend to map and reach 200 entities. When we talk about entities, what do we mean? Circles, hotels, petrol stations, hospitals, hardwares, and so on. We are appealing to these entities. If only each entity can give us 1 million, only 1 million, the 200 entities will give us how much? 200 million. We'll almost be there. Strategy we're looking at. We'd like to organize 4 concerts at Greenlight Stadium. And we're appealing to those who will be coming to support through performance should consider these charity concerts, because we will not have money to pay them. The first category, we would like to have a football match. We are looking for a very attractive team to host and have a match. The gate collections will be handled by the fans, leadership, and will go to our account for this project. The second concert at the stadium will be a gospel show. We are appealing to the gospel team to give us a day. We have a gospel show. The collections, we are targeting and planning and hoping to raise 5 million from this aspect. From the football, we're also expecting to raise 5 million through gate collections. That is net. After we have removed expenses here and there, 5 million. Gospel show, 5 million. Circular show. When I talk about circular show, I'm sure you understand it better. Also 5 million. And then comedy show. Arua is blessed. West Nile is blessed with the comedians. We intend to have 1 comedy show. Also, we are expecting to raise a net of 5 million. In total, that will be 20 million. 4 shows, each giving us 5 million. They will be spaced throughout the 7 months. We launched Fans TV online. I'm glad to inform you, yesterday someone decided to give us 500,000 to place advert on the Fans TV. And we are working so hard for the next 7 months to lobby up to 10 million through the Fans TV. Already we have 500, that means we have now 9.5 remaining on that aspect. The target is 10 million. On tonight, this is not new. It has been happening, but we want to make it better. We are mapping 10 clubs from Kampala. You know, in Kampala we have West Nile night that happens in Tinda. We want to now identify 10 clubs within West Nile region and also in Kampala and other parts where each club will give us a day to raise funds for the club, and we are looking at getting 1 million from each club, each night club. That will give us how much? 10 million also. We are looking at fans and general public. Maybe after here, some of us will also declare, I'm going to give 50,000, 10,000, 20,000. Our women who are selling fish, women who are selling anjafra, and so on. Anybody, any kind of contribution will move around. We are hoping, well-wishers and so on, we are hoping to also raise 10 million from that aspect. We decided to form a committee to spearhead the project we are about to reveal to you. And the committee is headed by me. My name is Ambuti Cesar Galdino. I'll be chairing this committee. Football, as you know, from Europe, Middle East, in Africa, and other parts of the world, contributes significantly to socio-economic development. Yes. Some of you who have followed football in our region can attest to this contribution, especially by our local clubs. When I talk about local clubs, I'm referring to Onduparaka FC, I'm referring to Calvary, I'm referring to Arua Hill, and others that came before, like Dofe Hills. We also had a Arua Central and Moyo Town Council. There are many other clubs that came before Onduparaka FC. It's so painful and unfortunate that we lost these clubs. So many of you have been following Mane, what he has done for his community. Our own, Sabana has built a very decent house next to me. Imagine if we have sent more players out. Some will even come back and build for us schools. Some will come and build for us hospitals. We need to support this club to get to that point. But we may not do much. However, there's a little we can do. That is why we are here today. The club has now grown bigger than the founders. The founders can no longer manage this club. And it is wise that we, as fans, for the love of the game, for the love of the club, for the love of the region, we have to step in and give it a push. That is the purpose we are here. I am afraid to let you know that there is a big risk of losing this club as it stands now. If we as fans and the public do not step in, there is a big risk of losing this club. At the moment, the club is fighting to honor fixtures. And the cost of honoring some fixtures is extremely high. A case in study is a trip to Kabale. The club spent 12 million. As a result, remember that trip was towards Christmas. The club was unable to meet expectations of the players. And you know what that means? Players develop resistance. But why will a club spend all that money? The club does not have means of transport. Much of the money was in hiring. First of all, you can't leave Arua and drive straight to like Kabale. You have to make a stopover in Kampala. Then you go to Kabale, coming back the same. The cost was extremely high. And this affects, when the players are not motivated, it affects their performance in the pitch. Naturally, even me at workplace, if I'm not paid, I can't be motivated to do the right thing. This is exactly what the players go through. Yesterday, some of you who were at the pitch, you saw the display by the team. It was extraordinary. But if they are not motivated, you will see the same players behaving otherwise. It is natural of a human being to do so. Therefore, the financial health of the club is at a state that requires our support. But somebody may ask, on match days, there's a crowd that comes to watch. A lot of collections are done. If I'm to share with you statistics of that collection is spent, you'll even imagine how the club chairman and directors are managing the cost of the club. First of all, the pre-match activities consume a lot of resources from the club. The match day consumes a lot of resources from the club. And that now frustrates other engagements. Therefore, we felt, as fans of this club, why can't we make a significant contribution to the club? And how do we come in to support this great club? We do not want this club to go to the drainage. The club must instead go back to UPL and propel